Welcome to the Lowdown on Ghana Web TV. This is your most informative socio-political program that brings you the facts and updates that matter to you. My name is Nii Akwei Ismail Akwei. In this edition, we have a presidential guest straight from Ukraine, where there's a conflict with Russia. And these are students who are going to talk to us about their journey back home and also the things that are happening in the country before and after the conflict started. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the Lowdown. My name is Nii Akwei Ismail Akwei. In our studio today, we have Nii Akwei Ismail. He's a NUK's president for Chernivtsi, and that's in Ukraine. Also, we have Selom Jemeke. He is the vice NUK's president in the same city. They are here in the studio. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So, Mr. President, how has it been in Ghana so far? How many days have you been here?
I mean, I arrived on the 1st of March, so I probably have 2 days. I think 3 days here. Today is my 3rd day in Ghana. And everything is okay, just that I'm struggling to adapt to the weather.
The weather. How bad was it before you came in Ukraine?
I might say it was very bad. Not pleasant at all.
Is it in the negatives?
Yeah, negative, 20, 10, 5. It varies. But yeah, very bad.
What about you, Selom?
Same here. The weather conditions are harsh for me. Comparing it to Ukraine, even summer is not that hot. I mean, when we're coming down from the flight, they announced the temperature in Ghana, 27. I was like, oh, that feels like me being in a lab or something. So it's the weather for me, and then I would say internet is bad.
Does that mean you already miss Ukraine?
Not really, just for some little things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to Nii Akwei. Can you tell us how long did it take you to move from your city to Ghana?
So we started our journey on 25th, and we arrived at 1st, so probably 4 days.
4 days. Yeah. Is it the same for you? You came together?
Yeah, we came together, yeah.
Okay. So did you also had to walk for hours?
Yeah, we did walk for hours, yeah.
Okay, so let's just go back to when it all started. We know Russia has already made this, made this statement some months ago about their disinterest in Ukraine joining the European Union and all the little or subtle warnings that were going back and forth. Did you expect it to get to this level?
I mean, 21st century, who does that? We downplayed his intentions, and here we are now.
So at what point did you think it was becoming bad?
When we heard about the first invasion on 24th of February.
24th of February?
Yeah.
And 25th, you're already leaving? Yeah,
because you had to go.
Which part of Ukraine is your university, and which university is it?
It's in the western part. My university is called Bukovanian State Medical University.
Okay, so you're a medical student?
Yeah.
Are you also a medical student?
Yeah.
Okay, and how many students, Ghanaian students, are in that university?
For my university, Ghanaians, for now, we have 37.
37?
Ghanaians, yeah.
And in the town, are there other universities where we have Ghanaians?
Yeah, I mean, let me correct that. We have 35 from my university and 2 from the National University, yeah.
Okay. And the 37 of you are the only ones in the town?
For Ghana, yeah.
For Ghana. And are there other members, NUK's members who are not in these 2 universities?
Yeah, but not for my city, but other cities they do have.
Okay. And all of you are networked?
Yeah, networked, yeah. Through WhatsApp platforms, Telegram pages, and then we have annual meetings as a union. So yeah, we are all linked in a way.
Okay. And how long have you been in Ukraine?
5 years.
5 years. Same?
Same here.
Yeah. I think anything I ask is just
we went to Ghana together.
You went together?
We went from Ghana together, yeah.
So you were friends before you even went to Ukraine?
No, we met at the airport, and then we just started making friends.
Met at orientation.
But we weren't friends.
You're not friends. So you became friends at the orientation?
Not at the orientation, at the airport.
At the airport?
Yeah.
Okay, before you went to Ukraine together?
Yeah.
And are both of you coming from the same university in Ghana?
No.
Which university are you from?
In Ghana?
Yes, in Ghana.
I went to Kenya University for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
And then you moved to Ukraine. What about you?
I didn't attend any university.
Okay, so you went straight from secondary school, you went straight to Ukraine?
Yes.
Okay, so why Ukraine?
Okay, so I couldn't secure a medical school in Ghana, so to the requirements they needed from me, I couldn't score as people scored and entered. And my parents were not ready to pay any sort of thing for so I had to go to Europe and go and study.
Okay, and are you on scholarship, government scholarship?
No, my parents are funding everything.
They are funding everything.
Yeah.
Is it the same for you as well?
Yeah, the same for me, yeah.
Okay, so a number of people are not on government scholarship. Are there others you know who are on government scholarship?
I mean, 99% of the people there are fully funded from home. And I think just recently they introduced the scholarship by the Secretariat of Scholarship for Ghana, and I think a few of them, not quite a number, I stand to be corrected, let's say 8 or 9 people are being funded by the government, yeah. But before we actually went to Ukraine, government was actually funding more people in Ukraine, but now, I don't know how it happened, but then that came to a halt.
Okay. Did you have to go through any state agency before you traveled for your education? Are they aware you are there? Did they have any relationship? Were they contacting you while you were in Ukraine?
Yeah, because I think before we can get access to actually travel, you need to go to the Foreign Affairs to get some affidavit signed, to swear some oath. I mean, they are where we are all living. And before we left, we filled some forms at the immigration. So I guess they know our number out there.
Did they contact you while you were there before the whole crisis?
Before the crisis, I mean, before the invasion or before...
The invasion.
Before 2040, we were actually in talks with the government.
Okay.
Yeah, they were given signals, and then they were asking us to preach the fact that if you have enough funds, you can come home by yourself. But as I said, we downplayed the fact that this was actually going to happen, because almost every year we have state of emergency being declared and nothing happened. So we downplayed it this time, and then this time it was a reality. So yeah, we've been in touch.
Have you ever been in contact with the government before even the whole crisis, or you just heard from them when it started coming up, when you started hearing about the invasion?
I think for the we don't have an embassy in Ukraine, and at first we used to be under the embassy in Russia, but it switched to Bern, that is Switzerland. So I mean, when the ambassador got the notice that he's in charge of Ukraine, he comes there often to check up on us, organizes seminars to interact with us, and through the nooks we actually speak with them. They convey information to the nooks, and then we also relay to our members. Okay,
and there's been no funding or no special, offers from the government before this whole situation began?
No, I think
it was just meetings and communication and conversations.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, when it started, when you heard the news and you heard all the political back and forth and everything, did you feel a little bit alarmed yourself?
Honestly, I was indifferent about this whole thing because, like my colleague said, we downplayed this action or whatever he said. So I was just being myself because the whole city was normal. Even the indigenes were just doing their own things, and then why should I be scared?
How far is your city from the capital city?
About 10 hours drive.
10 hours?
Yeah.
So you are a bit far away.
Yeah.
Could it be a different situation in the capital? Or the same situation?
They were just living their lives. I mean, we make phone calls to them and ask them how was life in Kyiv, and then they'll be like, it's normal. Nothing is going to happen. We happen to call some of our church leaders, and then they assured us nothing is going to happen. And so we were just living our lives too.
Yeah. And then you had the invasion.
Yeah.
So when it happened, all of you wanted to move out.
Exactly.
Yeah. All of you.
All of us.
Not all of us.
No, not all of us. Some people, I mean, the city is looking at the number of years they spent in school and the money involved, they didn't want to come to Ghana, leave Ukraine, because it's quite sad to hear that I have some few months to complete school and this thing happened. So, I mean, if I were to be in their shoes, I'll be traumatized and acted the same way. But well, life is much more important than any other thing.
So how many people have you left behind? Out of the 37, the group that you had?
I think all of them are out of the city now. Okay. All of them.
But not all of them are in Ghana right now?
No. Most are in, I think all of them are in Romania with just one person. One is in the UK now. I think 2 are in the UK now. And with one person also in Hungary now. So I think the rest are with Romanian people now.
Okay, and they are not interested in returning?
They would. I mean, on Sunday they are going to arrive.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay, and these are all students, Ghanaian students in Ukraine, or just from your city?
I mean, in Ukraine, most moved to Poland, some moved to Poland, some moved to Slovakia, some moved to Hungary, some moved from Hungary to Czech, and then I think the majority is in Romania now.
Okay.
So they are going to come from tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, till everyone is back home.
Yeah. Okay, so let me come back to Samuel. Yeah. What did you pack on 24th? Honestly, or you packed on 25th? Which day did you pack?
Honestly, I packed on 24th.
Okay.
But me, I was just playing because I was fooling with them. We were all playing. And then I got a phone call. I didn't take anything serious. I was like, oh, on that very day, on the 24th, when I heard it, I was like, oh, nothing is going to happen. I mean, it's in Kyiv or in Kharkiv, so there's no way it's going to get to me. So I just packed, I took 2 shoes and then some clothes. They are all official. I mean, just shirts and like about 3 trousers.
How many bags? 2 bags?
Just one.
One bag?
Yes,
backpack or was it
okay, it was a traveling bag with my backpack.
Okay.
Like I had a camera inside and then my laptop.
Your laptop. And then just a few clothes.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I mean, I didn't carry much. He's laughing at me. I just need to shop again when I came to Ghana. So I just took my laptop, my documents, my files, I think my, how do I call it? My diary. And then I picked this trousers and then this shoe, I just bought it here. And one shoe, and then one shirt, and then I picked my brush, and then how do I call it? My toothpaste.
Yeah.
That was the things, and I a few books here. That was what I took. So I had nothing on me, so I traveled very light.
And what did you leave behind?
A lot.
What's the priceless thing for you that you've left behind?
My books.
Your books.
Because some of the books are very costly. I mean, and yeah.
Did you leave them in the dorm room or you left them in an apartment you're renting? How are you living?
We live in an apartment. So.
An apartment, your own apartment that you rented?
Yeah,
not
rented.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
you locked it up?
Yeah, I didn't even inform my landlord.
So your landlords didn't know you were leaving?
No, I told them when I came to Ghana.
Okay. And you left the keys with them? Where are the keys?
Yeah, my roommate actually stayed. He came later on, so I'm sure he did that deal. But
he's not Ghanaian?
He's Ghanaian.
He came
later on. He's in the one in Hungary.
Okay.
Yeah. No, in Slovakia, sorry.
So your things are there. What did the landlord tell you? Are they going to keep them for you? Are they
they have to keep it for us. But I'm sure we are entitled to pay our monthly dues to them. Yeah, so far as our things are there.
So you have to pay the rent?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about your journey from after you packed and how you got to finally arrive in Ghana. And then we'll also talk about some other things concerning your education and your hopes and beliefs and what to expect to happen in the coming months. This is the Lowdown. My name is Nii Akwei Ismail Akwei. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back from the break. This is the Lowdown. My name is Nii Akwei Ismail Akwei, and our guests are from Ukraine. That's Nii Akwei Ismail is the newest president of Chernivtsi.
Yeah, you got it right.
And then we have the vice president. That's Samuel Selom Jemeke, and he's the vice president. Yeah. And they are all from a university. You are medical students. You've been in Ukraine for 5 years, and you've been studying medicine, living on your own, self-funded. And you are in Ghana now, something you didn't expect in the past 7 days, and it just happened.
Yeah.
So, how many years more do you have to complete your education?
1 year.
1 year. What do you think could happen? What are your worst fears?
I mean, I'm not afraid. There are more options to explore. This is just, I mean, something a bad wind blowing. So. Before maybe I can come to a conclusion, we need to consider the government's say in this, the NUCs as a body, the Ukrainian government, my parents and also myself, So after all this is calmed down, we would come to an agreement and take the best decision. But I hope, I'll be able to complete it next year.
Okay. So on the 25th, it didn't look like it will come down soon. And on that day, when you packed your bag and you carried your backpack with your laptop and a few items, what was your next move?
Just to get to the border. Okay, before that, my brother and I actually wanted to buy a ticket together with Ajima. Wanted to just buy a ticket and go to Lviv, a neighboring city to us, which is just 5-hour drive from us. They had an international airport there because we couldn't have gone to Kyiv. It was mad in Kyiv, so we were just scared to. We wanted to go to Lviv, and then we just heard something. We heard a news that all flights have been grounded and all spaces have been shut down because of the whole thing. So we had to just find another means of getting out of the country. That's just using the border. The Romanian border is about 1 hour drive from Chernivtsi. So
Okay.
we're lucky.
You were lucky you were closer to the border. And how much money did you have then for you to even think of going to Lviv to charter a flight?
Okay.
Did you have enough?
Yeah, parents had sent money, so
They sent before the whole...
they were actually pressuring us to come 2 weeks before the whole thing, and they were just telling them, oh, they should keep calm. School is in session. Teachers are assuring us that we are going to be safe, and also we were calm actually. And my parents were just pressuring me. So my dad used to call me sometimes dawn. He's calling me that, and what's the situation right now? How is everything? Like, I'm sleeping. When I wake up, maybe I'll get back to you or something. So that was it. Then on the 25th, we, together with Ajima, Ajima had to go and do the clearing in the school to inform the school that we are going back to our countries. My brother and I went in search of the bus because transportation was another difficult thing to come by as at that time. And then, truth be told, ATMs, they were not allowing us, international students, like, because we use international cards, they were not allowing us to withdraw money on the 25th.
What was the ATM rejecting your cards, or
They will tell you insufficient fund. That's like they don't have money in their ATM, the ATM. So it was something else for us. People were just calling us to ask for options, and then like, we don't know what to do. So maybe they should just keep it on the card. When we cross the border, they can just use it. It was bad.
So how did you get to the border, Nana?
Okay, so I went to the school to get them cleared, and the school was in support that we must leave immediately. And then I think the school also contacted the Romanian consular, informing them that students will be arriving at the border, so they should allow us. But before that, NUX as a body was also engaging the government in this whole process.
The government of Ghana or Ukraine?
Ghana. The government of Ghana, yeah.
Okay.
We are engaging them in the whole process. I informed the presidency that I'm moving with my people today, so they should be aware that we are moving. And also, they demanded we send them a list of students who are actually going to cross the border at that time. We gave it to them. They gave us a letter that showed that they've already informed them, and then if anything, in the worst case scenario, we can show the letter to the Romanian authorities. So, I mean, upon all these information we had, we were positive that, we can cross. But still, it was a little bit dicey, 50-50 situation. But we took the risk that, we can go. So that's how the journey started. So Selom and his brother, who was an ex-president for Chernivtsi, NUX, got the bus. The bus arrived at 1. We were supposed to leave around 2.
So it was a privately chartered bus?
Yeah, privately chartered bus, yeah. The school wanted to assist us in getting the bus, but we have already gone for our bus already. So I think at 3:30 we set off.
AM?
PM. We set off from Chernivtsi. On our way, there was no traffic. 20 minutes into our drive, we got stuck in the middle of nowhere, where cars were not moving. A lot of people trooped into the borders to actually run out of the country.
And how many were you in the bus?
We were 37.
37. So the entire NUX body in Chernivtsi?
Nigerians joined, and then Zimbabweans joined, yeah. 2 Zimbabweans, and then the rest were Nigerians, with 24 Ghanaians. Okay. So the bus was not moving for almost 2 getting to 3 hours. We were just sitting there with no movement. So I spoke to Selom and asked him that we can try and check whether we are near the border, and then come back and tell them that we can walk and then leave the bus. So we started trekking with him and his brother. We walked for almost 30 minutes. We weren't seeing anybody. So we had to stop and ask one woman who was driving that if we are supposed to walk, I mean, how many minutes is it going to take? She told us approximately 1 hour or 30 minutes. Like, okay, so we came back, informed our people. The girls were a bit skeptical and reluctant to follow that because they actually packed heavy. Some were having rice cookers and then, you know, for real, yeah, having a lot of food stuff in their bags. So we had to switch and then give our light baggages to them and then take theirs along so that they know that we are with them. So they agreed and then we started trekking. And we trekked for, I mean, 2 getting to 3 hours. We arrived at the border.
2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, approximately.
With the heavy load. You didn't leave some behind?
Not at all.
Because we had reports that people had to leave behind some of their loads and walk because they couldn't do it. That's those in the other cities.
Yeah. For us, we didn't leave anything behind. I mean, along the line, we were cracking jokes, we were laughing at each other, calling ourselves lieutenant colonels, the war veterans. I mean, laughing at someone's shoes. I mean, we were making fun of each other. So it made the journey very interesting, and then we didn't realize time was actually going. So we arrived with very nice moods, and then.
And did you meet a lot of people also working?
Yeah, the indigenous were also working as well. Foreigners. I mean, almost everyone was working. So you can't just sit down and then be like you're waiting for the car to move.
Did you meet any racist, reactions on your way? Was there anything like that?
While I was walking?
While I was walking.
No. They were even happy taking videos of us. I mean, pointing fingers that they are also actually leaving. Everything was calm. Everything was calm. Because Chinese is very peaceful, honestly. Chinese is very peaceful.
Cool. Now let me come back to you, Selom. When you got to the border, what happened?
It's tragic, man. When we got there, it's funny enough, the soldiers on the border were Ukrainian soldiers, so of course they are going to allow their people to go before you. The blacks, Africans.
Non-Ukrainians, you mean? Or just Africans? Were they allowing people who were light-skinned to cross, or just non-Ukrainians?
Non-Ukrainians, I mean, yeah. Even people from Canada were still standing with us, so yeah.
So when we got there, they were just allowing kids and then mothers, the Ukrainians, to pass. So
Ukrainian men were also stopped?
Yes. I mean,
if you are older than 18.
16 to 60 years, you have to stay and fight.
So they wanted to... Oh, they wanted them to stay and fight. Not
you have to stay.
You have to.
You have to. Not once. You have to. I mean,
was there a law that was announced?
Yeah, it's a responsibility. I mean, as a guy from Ukraine, 16 to 60 years, if there's a war, you stay behind, fight for your country. So I think that because of the fact that they felt that they are going to, stand up for their country, they were bringing their wives and children, their families to the border, and they felt they need to, be privileged and have their families go first because they are going to stay behind. And that was, for us, it was understandable because, they are going to take up the mantle and then try and save the country. So the orders were very clear, as Selom was saying. Children, mothers, and girls, you can go. Boys, wait behind. Afterwards, we will look at you.
And why did that affect you? Why did you stay longer at the border?
Because there are a lot of girls, a lot of females.
So they wanted to process everybody before they process the foreigners?
Yeah. If you are lucky, they will stop and then let some few boys also pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
There were no queues, actually.
Yeah, there were no queues. That's the issue.
I think that was the dumbest thing they ever did.
So it was like a pandemonium.
Yeah, everyone was around.
Yeah. And how long did it take you at the border before you got to your turn?
For me, why I laugh? I stood there for a very long time. He went before me.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think I was.
How did you manage to get your way through?
I'm also smart.
So you had to fight your way through, and then you got in.
Funny enough, my bag was very heavy. It was a big bag, so I had to throw the bag in the yard before, because you can't go in there with the bag with you, the luggage you're traveling with you. So that was what I did, and then I was, light and then free. So when I got there, I came to stand by him, and
I was even in front, and he came to stand by me, and he went before me.
Yeah.
So I lost my baggage along the line, so I need to go back, search for it, and then come back to the midst of crowd. And at 4 a.m., around 4 or 5 a.m., I had a pass. While they have gone for several hours,
I went
relaxing, waiting for us. So yeah,
11 p.m.
And what about the women who were with you with the heavy luggages? Were they able to?
They already
make it?
passed there.
Okay, so
because
they
were
were
women.
given
Yeah, they were women,
Okay.
so they could pass. I mean, depending on your color, you're a girl, and you find yourself in front, you can just go. The issue is how to get in front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's no queue.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
So what did they check when you got to the border?
Passport
guards?
control. Okay, yeah, they will check your passport, your post-vid card. That's like the Ukrainian resident stay.
Okay.
When you school in Ukraine, you are entitled to one.
And if you don't have those ones?
One guy didn't have a passport. He from Cameroon. He stood there for hours. I don't know when they even left him.
So do you think he made it through?
Yeah,
He would have.
in the city. I saw him. The city of
You saw him?
I saw him walking about.
Okay. So which city do you go into after crossing the border?
Sucheva. Yes, that's the city.
And did it take long for you to get into the city, or it was just around the border?
I think 2 hours from the border.
2 hours.
Yeah.
So how did you get there? Did you charter another bus?
Luckily for us, luckily for me, and when they got out, they have already contacted the Church of Pentecost over there. So the national head instructed someone to help us get a bus.
This in Romania?
In Romania, yeah. So, even though there were, volunteers offering buses, giving food, providing SIM cards, water, and trying to let everyone calm down, the Church of Pentecost helped us secure that bus, wait for everyone, because they move in time and batches.
Okay.
So if it's full, they just go away. But this bus waited for all the Africans who are coming before they actually moved. So when I got there, the bus was there luckily for me. I just sat inside, got some water, and then sat down. And
so this is the Church of Pentecost of Ghana?
Yeah.
In Romania?
In Romania, yeah.
And they waited for Africans, so there were non-Ghanaians also in the bus?
Yeah, I mean, we were even with Mexicans, right?
Yeah,
Mexicans
some
also in the bus,
Mexicans
yeah.
on the bus.
But we waited for every single black person to get into the bus before they move.
Okay, and then when you moved, where did you go to next?
We went to, take this one.
The Sucheva, that's the city we went to.
Yeah.
So a place was reserved for us, and then we spent some hours there.
By the church? Or
Yeah,
by
They contacted them, yeah.
Okay.
So the the government of Romania gave us a place. It was quite comfortable. So we had to rest. They saw the need for us to rest because we've been standing hours. Ajiman can attest to that. He stood there. We're just on our feet at the border. It was sad and it was cold. I couldn't even feel my legs. It was numb and all. So when we got there, we checked in, we lodged, we slept, and then we went to take shower. Not long after, someone came that there was some problems with our bookings and something. Okay. So we had to move. But then he had contacted the deputy ambassador to Czech Republic there. Tunde,
Tijani, Honorable Tijani.
To fix your booking problem?
No, to meet us.
Okay.
Because they told us that they would come for us after we get to Romania. So I was in constant communication with them. This number of people has crossed. We are waiting in the bus. We are in Sucheva now. We are moving to Bucharest. So we were just, talking with them. The ministry directed me through the ambassador for Czech Republic because he was going to be in charge of us in Romania. And he assigned Honorable Tijani to come to our aid. So we went to Bucharest airport, waited a few hours, and then he arrived, where he wanted to book a flight immediately for all of us to leave. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that. So we had to move to an airport, to a hotel, and then spend the day and come the following day.
We'll talk more about that because I want to know how you moved from Sucheva to Bucharest.
To Bucharest, yeah.
And how long it was.
Yeah.
And was there any injury on the way from Ukraine to Sucheva? There were no injuries?
No, not
And did
at
you
all.
spend any of your money on your way, or you didn't spend anything?
Nothing.
You came to
Honestly.
Ghana with all of your money?
Yeah. The only thing we did was pay for the bus.
Okay.
That was the only.
That was the bus
at
from
Tbilisi.
Tbilisi.
But everything after Romania was free.
Everything was free. Okay.
We talk cracking jokes there,
Yeah.
Did it free? You say free. We just
Glass and Kwan.
We'll talk more about that and your journey from Romania to Ghana. This is the Lowdown. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back from the break. This is the Lowdown. My name is Nii Akwei Ismail Akwei. We are having a very interesting conversation with our Ukrainian students who arrived in Ghana a few days ago. We have Nii Akwei and Selom, and they are talking to us or telling us about their journey and what they went through and everything else. So it was quite an interesting spectacle and also experience. I'm sure you've never experienced anything like that before.
No, I mean, growing up, my dad is a military officer, so I witnessed him going for wars, and I used to cry anytime he went. But me personally, I mean, he told me stories, but personally, witnessing this myself was on a different level.
Was it a mix of fear and, I mean, just curiosity, or what was it?
I wasn't scared, but I was sad that I couldn't have answers to what the members were asking me for. I mean, because numerous questions were coming in, several calls was coming in, and I didn't have answers to any of them. And parents are actually worried, friends are worried, siblings are worried. What do we do from then? So that was actually my worry. Not that we are all going to die or something, but then how to get the answers for them.
Okay, so at Romania, in the first city you were hosted, for taking your shower and eating and everything, what was the next line of action for you?
Yeah, to meet the deputy ambassador to Czech Republic.
Okay.
So we had to get to the capital city, that's Bucharest. So
so was a bus also?
Yes, the same Church of Pentecost.
Same bus, Church of Pentecost.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, we really commend them for their good work. We never thought help was going to come. I mean, yeah. So when we got, the bus was arranged, and then we drove for about 7 hours.
7 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was late in the night, so I slept. He slept too. He was sitting by me. So he slept.
Yeah, so you slept, and then you woke up, you were almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not proper sleep, but then, yeah, I mean.
And what happened there?
So we sat at the airport for, he said, some few minutes, hours.
I didn't say a few minutes, like for some hours.
We sat there,
waiting for the deputy ambassador?
Yes.
Okay.
He was coming from Czech Republic, so it was understandable. Like, he was going to take a call, so yeah, we understood.
From Czech Republic to Romania, Bucharest, okay.
Yeah, but some were impatient. My brother especially, he wanted to book his own flight and come. But I was like, nah, free bounty, my train.
But there was money, of course.
Of course.
So you could have handled your own situation.
Yeah.
But you just had to wait and
government to discard bounty, my train.
Yeah.
I'll wait for it.
So the money came eventually?
It did.
So he came by air and you met him at the airport?
Yeah.
So what happened when you met him? I mean, what was the interaction like?
So I think with Honorable Tijani, the first time he saw us, he said he's sorry for whatever happened, and then they're going to make sure we are all okay. And whoever would pass through Romania would go to Poland. Funds are made available to help us, and solicitors come back home. Yeah, so he assured us that, and then we went with him personally, Selom and I, and then our financial secretary, to Qatar Airlines to try and buy tickets at the moment.
At the airport?
At the moment, on the spot. So they told us we can't do that because, I mean, flights are unavailable, so we can do that tomorrow. So he then decided to, I mean, he had already booked a hotel, I mean, advance for us, so we decided that we should then go to the hotel, get some rest, give us money to buy food, and then he took our passports, got our tickets, itinerary, and then brought it back. And the following day, I mean, students trooped in. I think around 70 or 90 students from Ukraine came to
They were Ghanaians?
They were Ghanaians, yeah. They came to the airport. I booked, I was in charge of the hotel processing and all that, so I booked their hotel rooms for them, took their passport, gave it to Honorable Tijani, and then he was working on their flights as well. Okay. So that's how come we were the first people to actually come.
What happened to the Cameroonian, the Nigerians who were with you from Ukraine into Romania? Did you leave them behind when we were moving to the Bucharest airport?
I mean, from the start, Selom and I, to be honest, we knew the issue of we going to be divided after Romania was high, because it would turn into a national issue. If my nation wants me, I can't include someone from Nigeria. So they also had to, I mean, take matters in their own hands and try to reach out to their embassies. But then luckily for us, we got in touch with the Nigerian ambassador, the embassies. They gave us some few contacts. If we find Nigerians, we should let them call them.
Oh, so you helped them as well?
Yeah. So I think at a point they came in for them, and then took them away. But with the Zimbabweans, we came with them, but I think they slept at the airport throughout the time. We also went to our hotel to rest.
So they didn't even get any help?
No.
Okay, so now you had 90 people join you, and you were in the hotel waiting for the airline to be booked. So which airline did you?
Qatar.
Qatar, same. Yeah. The following day?
The following day, yeah.
Okay, and then everything was smooth after that?
Very smooth.
More than 90? Because you said about 90.
The 90, they are still yet to come, because Qatar is not granting the government a chartered flight. That's what I heard. So they are still booking commercial flights for them. So it's going to take a while. But I know from tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, they'll be coming, because more people are even coming there. And I know Honorable Okutijo Ablakwa is also in Romania now.
Yes. So he's meeting with the 90 that are yet to come.
Yeah, I think more than 90 now.
More than 90.
Yeah, so he's with them, and then they will ensure they come home.
Okay. So when you arrived, you already told us about the weather, the internet issues, and everything else. However, I'm sure you are thinking about your other stuff, as you said earlier in the interview.
Yeah.
Who did you meet at the airport?
Okay. So we met a lot of media people. We were expecting that, actually. Okay. So I actually wanted to disguise myself as a student. Like maybe a businessman.
Yeah, you're leaving something important out. I'd like to point to the fact that when we got to Ghana, the cabin crew announced in the flight that everyone should stay behind, whether first class, business class, stay behind. Students from Ukraine are coming, so let us move first before everyone will come. So when we got out of the plane, I mean, immigration officers with government officials were waiting for us. They directed us through the VIP channel. I mean,
so you used the VIP?
Yeah, we used the VIP. We didn't go through any regular. I mean, so we are big men now.
Yeah. So you had fun, basically.
Oh yeah, we had fun.
You're welcome. Well, you had a media waiting for you, and you were like the first team of students from Ukraine to arrive in Ghana.
So, government of Ghana has done. I mean,
and you got a last meal after the airport?
No. We were dispatched to our various homes. So.
Okay, so your families were there?
Yeah, waiting for us. Yeah.
Okay, and since then, have you had any communication with government? What next about your education?
We still hold meetings, but with our education is on halt. But I think we need to wait for everyone to come down to Ghana, or the situation comes to a halt before we can actually discuss all these things. But I know, I mean, yesterday there was several meetings with the minister herself on how to get students out of Ukraine. That is Sumy. There's one city that students are actually stuck over there, both Ukrainians and foreigners. Railways are not working, roads are not working, and it's very worrisome because we are home and we want to celebrate the victory that we are home, but we can't actually celebrate the victory that we are home because our friends are still back there and we don't know what's going to happen. Foods are in shortage, ATMs are not working. Even if they are working, they are scared to go out because Russians are dominating there now. So that is an issue we need to also look at.
Yeah. If there's an opportunity for you to continue your education elsewhere, is this something that you accept?
Yeah, totally.
The 1 year that's left?
Yeah.
You would also accept
it? Yeah, because I mean, I was there to I was there to actually study and come back home and then have an impact over here. So if there's an opportunity, I'll just continue. It's the same thing.
Okay. But your things you can let go?
Oh yeah, we can.
Of course, I mean
they're just books.
For me, I brought my books, so I don't know about him.
Material stuff.
Material stuff.
Yeah,
which you can replace. That's cool. So what would you tell Ghanaians now that you're back, and those who are out there, if they are able to watch? Because I understand the internet has been shut down in other places, even though there are some internet connection elsewhere, or there are ways of getting the internet. We heard about Elon Musk also helping with the internet situation. What would you tell students who are out there who are stuck in some of these cities in Ukraine?
Please take the floor.
Okay, so students who are stuck, we are with you in prayers, and we are hoping that you guys will join us. And if you've not made your mind that you are going to come to Ghana, I tell you to make your mind now that you need to come home. There's no place like home. It's peaceful. I mean, Ghana has been, if you talk of peace, I think I would say it's number one, because I've never heard any sort of like war thing in Ghana. So if you are thinking of coming to Ghana, just try as much as possible to cross the border, and then we are there with we are here, and then we are in contact with the ministry. They'll get you out of Ukraine, and yeah.
And Nana, what would you say is the situation? I mean, do you take a stand on the situation between Russia and Ukraine, or you think it's none of your business? It's not something that you really want to, go into?
I stand with Ukraine, of course.
You stand with Ukraine?
Of course. I mean, numerous and several reasons why I need to stand with Ukraine. But most importantly, this is a place that I've stayed for 5 years with no issues. And this is a place that is actually molding me into the future medical practitioner I want to be. So I will stand with them, and I hope that cool heads will prevail.
Can you speak Ukrainian?
Troshki, small.
Small. What about you?
Trishki small.
Who speaks best Ukrainian?
I think I do better than him.
Maybe we can try.
You can try.
Yeah.
I do better than him. I do better than him.
You had a Ukrainian girlfriend?
No. I never
I had
tried.
Ukrainian friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you don't speak Ukrainian, do they have any options for you? Do they understand English?
Yeah, most of them do know English.
Most of them do.
But I mean, the translator also works, so
Okay.
you can find your way. You can find your way out.
Yeah, so it's not that difficult to live being a non-Ukrainian and also
Not
someone
at
who
all.
speaks English.
Yeah.
That's all. The Nooks is there. I mean, if you have any issues, immediately you arrive in Ukraine, Nooks will come and meet you.
Okay.
Nooks will do your registration for you. Nooks will help you cook. Nooks is actually the embassy for Ghanaian students in Ukraine. So
Okay.
it's not much of a difficult thing to live in Ukraine.
Is it a cool place to live in?
Very. I can walk around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. with no, fears.
No security issues?
I don't think I can do that in Ghana.
Crime rate in Ukraine is
You
very
can
low.
actually.
When? Where?
In Ghana, we walk around.
You are lying.
Really?
Oh, sure.
Maybe in
Yes.
groups.
You've not been here for 5 years, so I just want
3 a.m. you can walk
add that.
around.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
A
it's
lot
quite-
of
it's quite
pickpockets
free.
and armed robbery in Ghana. Like crime rate in Ukraine
It's not that
is so
much.
less. Yeah.
Yeah, so with the media, you need to not believe everything you see or hear, and also you can't generalize because a lot
Okay.
of people see one event and you generalize. It's
Okay.
just as the fake news that's going on about the whole Russia and Ukraine situation. What were the worst ones that you've heard?
That the ones that I heard that we are almost all going to die. Yeah, because I mean before the invasion, there was nothing happening. Everything was running very smoothly. So I think that was, that actually put me off because
It put you off because it's not true.
it's not true. My mom was always calling me. I'm hearing the news. Things are going on. What is happening? But we were actually going to school, and nothing was going on. So yeah.
What did you also hear that you thought this is
I
absurd?
mean, they were just showing videos of 8 years ago, an invasion which happened in a city in Ukraine, that's Donetsk. And my parents seeing this, it will trouble them. I mean,
Yeah.
and calls kept on coming. And I don't like phone calls at all. If I'm not enjoying the convo, you come to tell me about what is happening here in Ukraine.
They
You
scare
are
you
in
too.
Ukraine. Yeah, it's scary. So I wasn't really in for that. Yeah, they should stop that. They should propagate what is happening in Ukraine. If they don't have anything at all, they shouldn't talk about it. That's what I would say.
So what's your plan? Do you have a short-term plan to what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve right now that you are home?
Okay, now school is not in session. They declared that we have 2 weeks break. So we are hoping that school will go back online. We were having online in Ukraine before everything started. Yeah. So we are just hoping that school will start again, and then we'll continue with classes. But aside that, I mean, we'll engage ourselves in so many things. I just don't want to read medicine alone. And,
Okay.
yeah, other things. Yeah.
So after your education, what do you intend becoming? A general surgeon or what exactly?
Okay, I want to be a pediatrician
Pediatrician.
or a urologist.
Okay. What about you, Nana?
I like children, but I don't want to be a pediatrician. I mean, I'll go for cardiothoracic surgery.
Okay.
I offer surgery. Yeah.
And your final words?
My final words. Thank you, Ghana. Thank you, Almighty God. Thank you, parents, and then dear citizens of Ghana, for being with us throughout this tough times. We know that you are scared for the people out there. The government is trying its best. international bodies are also trying its best, and I know that in due time all of us will be home safely. So let's keep calm, and then we know that everything will be fine.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming to our show. This is the Lowdown. You just heard from Nii Akwei Ismail and Samuel Selom Jemeki. And they are students from Ukraine. They arrived safely. They're the first batch of students who arrived in Ghana. And we stand with Ghanaian students wherever they are, including Ukraine. Watch us every Monday on Ghana Web TV and on all of our digital platforms. My name is Nii Akwei Ismail Akwei. Be safe.